Europe has a wide variety of vacation spots to suit all tastes and interests, from sandy beaches along Azure coasts to winding mountain routes and over 1,000-year-old historical sites. Unfortunately, a lot of these locations, particularly those in well-traveled nations like France, Germany, and the Netherlands, will also push your budget to the limit. You'll have to think outside the box and go to less well-known, but equally magical locations if you're looking for the most affordable European destinations to visit. Pick the top destinations to visit from our video on the most affordable European countries. Bosnia and Herzegovina is not the least expensive country on this list, but it does have one significant benefit over other places to visit: the cost of flights and lodging doesn't change significantly throughout the year. This means that you may travel there in the summer to go rafting on the Neretva River or in the winter to enjoy cheap skiing and some Christmas market shopping. Just a short drive from Sarajevo, the country's main city, are a number of ski slopes that are relatively reasonably priced, including Jaharina and Babindu. Although dining out isn't exceptionally expensive in this area, sticking to regional and traditional cuisine will allow you to save even more money because they can be found in more intimate cafes or on street vendors. Bosnia is renowned for its farmers' markets, where it is simple and inexpensive to buy fruits or pastries for a quick snack. One of Europe's best-kept secrets is still Albania. Albania boasts a lengthy coastline, known as the Albanian Riviera, of immaculate beaches and blue waters without the sticker-shock pricing of other European locations, in addition to a wealth of historical sites, magnificent natural beauty, and fantastic summer weather. Even the more well-known beach resort areas, such Dami and Samul, experience only moderate levels of foreign visitors and provide year-round access to relatively reasonable lodging and dining options. If you're traveling to the coast, plan your trip during April, May, or early June, apart from Easter week, when prices increase to save even more money. You can still go to the beach because it will still be warm, but you'll save money and stay away from the throng. Late September or October are ideal times to visit if you want to go trekking or walk about the cities. Although the Czech Republic is no longer as inexpensive as it once was, you can still get great deals if you travel outside of Prague, the country's capital. This is especially true in the winter, with the exception of the second half of December, which is the busiest travel period. The most affordable months are January and February, but March through May also has some excellent deals on travel and lodging. It makes more sense to get a map and explore Prague on your own, since many of the city's top sites are free but also included in many paid excursions. This includes strolling across Charles Bridge, pausing by the astronomical clock, and exploring the historic structures and cobblestone alleyways of Old Town Square. Other popular tourist locations across the nation, such as the fairy tale town of Český Krumlov, the strange town of Sedlec and its Arsuary Chapel, and the endless trails and mountains in Bohemian Switzerland National Park, offer far more affordable prices. If you reserve far enough in advance, the hotels at these locations will be reasonably priced even during high season. Avoid traveling to Krakow and Warsaw in the summer if they are your primary destinations, because they are not always inexpensive. The spring months of March and April are the best times to visit urban Poland, since the weather is warming up, the cost of living is still affordable, and the castles and palaces that were closed for the winter are now reopening, frequently at reduced rates. You won't waste time standing in line, because Poland's most well-known attractions, such as the Auschwitz-Birkenau camps, the Wieliczka salt mine, and Schindler's factory, are significantly less busy in the off-season. The Old Town Hall Tower in Krakow, the 13th-century castle of the Teutonic Order in Malbork, and the historic Białowieża Forest are just a few more places to see in the nation that are either inexpensive or free. The Royal Castle in Warsaw is free to enter on Wednesdays, while the Chopin Museum is free on Sundays. This is a common practice among museums in major cities. Although trains in Poland aren't usually particularly affordable, buses can take you practically any place for very little money. Hungary is one of the most expensive nations in Eastern Europe, although it is still considerably less expensive than visiting popular spots in the western part of the continent. The chain bridge walk across the Danube and a tour of the Castle Hill neighborhood are just two of the many free things to do in Budapest, the capital of Hungary. The underground castle labyrinth and Buda Castle are only two of the attractions in the castle region that aren't free to visit, but they're still extremely reasonably priced. The city of Budapest organizes a Night of the Museums every June, during which you can explore various Budapest attractions for nothing. Budapest's oldest indoor market, the neo-Gothic Terrific Market Hall, is a terrific place to look for inexpensive gifts and refreshments, including a variety of traditional Hungarian cuisine. The nation's favorite fast meal is langos, a type of deep-fried pizza topped with cheese, tomato sauce, or sour cream. Street food is another excellent option to save money when traveling there. Things get significantly less expensive outside of the metropolis. Prices are significantly lower year-round in Tihany, a lakeside resort town, and in the Buck Mountains, a popular destination for outdoor adventure. Slovenia is a little nation bordered by three giants, Hungary, Italy, and Austria. The nation is mountainous and heavily forested. However, the majority of visitors come for the coastline, since Slovenia, which is situated along the Adriatic Sea, has many reasonably priced sandy beaches and plenty of sunshine. The beaches are all public and free, so it's feasible to keep prices down even during peak season, even though the summer brings more expensive hotels along the coast. Lake Bled is possibly the most well-known location away from the shore. The lake, one of the most beautiful landscapes in the nation, is a cheap destination and is only 35 kilometers from Ljubljana, the nation's capital. The most alluring places in Portugal are those where visitors may enjoy the outdoors, the sun, and nature for free. For its soft golden sands, cliffs, and lighthouses, the Faro district in the south of the country is a well-liked vacation spot. In contrast, tourists flock to Madeira for its untamed volcanic hiking trails, stunning harbour, and excellent scuba diving. Travelling to Portugal outside of the height of the tourist season, June to August, will result in significant cost savings on lodging and food. It's the best time to travel to get the best deals because costs decrease even further from November to February, while temperatures stay at 17 to 18 degrees Celsius. With the exception of the cost of transportation, some of Portugal's most interesting locations are free to explore. These include the historic town of Évora, a World Heritage Site, and the Templar Castle and Convent of Christ in the city of Tomar, both of which date back to the 12th century. Many people couldn't even locate Montenegro on a map because it only achieved independence in 2006. Expect relatively low meal costs in Montenegro because it is a country that is still trying to figure itself out. Stick to the hearty, meaty native dishes like the pie-like Buick. Anything else will cost you tourist prices. Weekend farmers markets are held in most cities and are a terrific place to get a cheap snack or quick meal. Most of the visitors to Montenegro's coast in July and August are from Russia, whose nationals do not require a visa to enter the country. Skip the summer if you're going to the trendy beach towns of Budva or Herceg-Novi. Otherwise, go interior to see the craggy mountains, glacial lakes, and UNESCO-walled villages. For instance, Crno Jezero is a magnificent location for swimming and trekking and is totally free to enjoy. Romania is one of the least expensive travel destinations in Europe, particularly if you want to hike in the Carpathian Mountains or are primarily interested in seeing the countryside. Even a trip to Brasov, where Dracula's Bran Castle is located, may be extremely reasonably priced if you sign up for a sightseeing day tour or don't mind taking a sluggish train out of Bucharest. Romanian trains are safe and extremely affordable, albeit they are not always in the best condition. The Old Town from the 15th century, Revolution Square, and Romania's own Arch of Triumph are just a few of Bucharest's most stunning landmarks, and they are all either free to enter or very reasonably priced. You might take one of the many free walking tours that leave from the town centre, or you can rent a bike in the warmer months to explore smaller cities. With good cause, Bulgaria frequently leads lists of the most affordable nations in Europe to visit. To begin with, Bulgaria is still mainly unknown to tourists, with the exception of those who come during the summer for a budget getaway by the Black Sea. Even then, you'll only have to pay a fraction of what you would in Western Europe for lodging, transportation, and entertainment. Prices drop significantly during the off-season, and you can travel, eat, and go skiing for a tenth of what it would cost in the West. The Central Balkan National Park tops the list for fantastic treks and magnificent vistas. The countryside is one of the nicest parts of visiting Bulgaria, where castles, towns, and hiking trails are either free or extremely inexpensive to visit. While Sofia is frequently the first stop for tourists, smaller cities with more than 200 archaeological monuments, like Plovdiv, are even more affordable to explore.
Which of these dreamy destinations is calling your name? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're planning your next trip, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow travelers, and hit that subscribe button for more must-visit destinations. See you in the next adventure.